Hey everyone, so we just got out of watching Avengers, Infinity War. How did you like it, Jim?
It was awesome. Should I spoil it? Thanos wins. I like the movie, honestly. I really do.
You want to know my reaction?
What?
That left me completely and utterly, inevitably and ultimately speechless.
Yeah.
Same movie theater.
Out of
the second movie theater we have ever been to in Alabama. And
follow the road for 5
the
miles.
last movie I've ever been to that left me speechless, prior movie before this one, was Stephen King, the remake of It with Bill Skarsgård. You remember my reaction, Jim?
Yeah. Well, the doctor found, like
That's my
more
reaction.
than almost like a billion. It was like half a billion.
Wow.
Ways in the future, like it could have possibly gone down.
Doctor
Only
Strange.
one out of all the 450 million paths.
14,000,005 possibilities, something like that. He said, right?
I'm pretty sure he said 450 million views that he's went, like many paths that he's went, seeing the future, and only one did they win against Thanos. But in this instance, they lost. I'm thinking they're gonna make a number 2. They're gonna find Thanos, take the gauntlet, and redo everything he did. Using the time stone.
What did it seem like to me? I thought Thanos died, right? No?
No. He healed himself.
I don't know.
One thing he cannot do is bring back Gamora. That is a fact. He can't do it himself, so then that would ultimately break the whole thing with the Soul Stone. But if somebody else did it, that would mean Thanos ultimately never got the Soul Stone, but he does have like the other 3.
It seems to me that
But it's kind of a conflict of time thing. Like, I think, yeah, they'll probably just take everything away, they'll snap the fingers, be done with Thanos, but make everyone else go back to life. You know? It's still a steep going fast.
It seems to me that inevitably he wanted a resolution, peace in his
I
own
find
way.
Thanos right, though. I think he was right. I mean, you gotta think, eventually all world, we're just gonna run out of resources. It's not gonna happen anytime soon, but
Eventually,
a
it's
well-developed
inevitable.
planet that doesn't
It's just
adapt.
like this reality, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like this reality.
Unless-
this humanity that we have.
Well, it's only the physical, though. Only the physical will inevitably run out of resources.
The more population that we have on the Earth, then the less resources that we have because of all the populations that are consuming and all those natural resources. And you have to find a resolve. You have to find a balance.
So in a way, he was really right. He was like in Mass Effect, the Reapers. The Reapers, same ideology. They don't want to kill everyone in Mass Effect. They want to reduce the population so they can save them and they can have a more prosperous future. They don't use up all the resources.
So in his own perspective, he had his own righteousness.
But you got to think also those people that
perceived to be a
survive.
villain who's actually in a
Putty. Those people that survive can adapt more because they're already so adapted. Their future generations they'll actually they'll be able to limit their resources used into a more prosperous future. So ultimately, Thanos is right, but it is kind of a heavy burden to take on.
Well, he always envisioned himself to.
He's not a bad guy. I mean, yeah, his methods are a little bit screwed up, hurting people, but his ideology is right.
He did say that all he wanted was to see the sun rise. So that's what he got towards the end of the movie.
Yeah, he just wanted a peaceful future where people can prosper, like I said.
What characters does he remind you from? What TV show,
He
video
reminds me of
game?
Mass Effect Reapers.
Yes, Mass Effect, and then there was someone
Same
else.
exact ideology.
That was on the tip of my tongue, and I cannot quite remember it right now. He reminds me so much of. I can't remember now. There's another character you reminded us of. Well, Mass Effect, that's one, but isn't there another resemblance? More or less?
I don't remember.
It'll come to me later. I can't really provide a movie review, considering
This is more like spoilers. You should put like a viewer discretion advice. You're like, hey, warning, spoilers alert.
I have no reaction. I have no review. I have no feedback.
I do. It was fantastic, and the graphics were amazing.
It was
CGI was spot on.
I have to say that I agree with you. You're taking the words right out of my mouth, but I don't know. It's such an emotional movie. It's thought-provoking. That's what I enjoyed, and this separated itself from all the rest of the other superheroes.
Yeah, but the bad guy was supposedly the bad guy. But I do think that they might.
It had a character reversal development where he was actually right.
I like it.
That's right.
I think they could deal with how.
That's right. Negan, The Walking Dead. Always said that he always wanted to use saving people. You know, and where he was not actually a villain at first. You know what you perceived him to be.
Just look at it though. The way they put themselves out there, like he was basically taking on the wife of another man and knocking her up. And you know, he was a very sadistic, mental dude.
No, I watched entire season 7, well, most of it, but he didn't actually. That was just a facade, if you will.
Because if a population is too overgrown without the proper resources to actually, you know, how should I put this? If there's only like 5 pieces of corn, and you got like 6 people. That's bad. You got to kill off the other ones in order, you know, keep the corn.
That makes sense. I completely agree.
Kill it down to one person.
6 miles.
One person left.
To change
You get the 5 pieces of corn. But if they're smart, instead of eating the whole corn, they'll find a way to take out the seeds and grow more.
Well, this movie inspired me so much. I don't know. It's just like Stephen King's It. It left me speechless, and I just.
That's not to say, like, my point is.
That really was different for a superhero movie.
You just plant corn, then you didn't have to kill the people. No. Because it's like the whole saying, in order to create, you must first destroy. It's kind of like that.
Towards I-20. Follow the road until further instructions.
How do I put this? It's civilization that is not. When I say like people need to adapt, I'm saying people need to find alternative sources rather than just the singularities that they're dealing with now.
2 miles bear left on I-59S towards Tuscaloosa.
Shut up.
Yeah. Sorry, DPS.
That movie left me completely, inevitably, and ultimately speechless. It was thought-provoking, and it was a superhero film that separated itself from all the other superhero films that you're so accustomed to. And what you perceive the antagonist, supposedly the villain of the story, is actually
the hero.
Correct. He was the hero. All he wanted was
a beneficial future where people didn't have to suffer. Because his whole point was he was tired of seeing people starve, his own people starve to death because they had too many people, and no matter how much food that they made, there wasn't enough land, or there wasn't enough people who knew the knowledge, or it was just a constant fallback after fallback, and it was the people's fault. There were too many people, there wasn't enough people who knew what the heck they were doing, there wasn't enough people solving the solution, so he found the easiest way out.
Not enough resources.
You're solving the problem. Not solving the solution, solving the problem. And he figured, yeah, all of our resources are just gonna end up being used. There's gonna be no more iron, there's gonna be no more food, no more nutrients in the soil. Everything's gonna be used up.
As I said before, I have no feedback or reaction towards the movie, and the graphics is absolutely amazing, and storyline and everything. It just blows you away so much to the point where you don't have much reaction for it. You can hear a lot of people tearing down and crying in a movie theater. I was there. teared up a couple times.
Yeah, I know, it's sad. You lose your loved ones. It's a heavy thing.
A lot of people
But
died,
he
didn't
killed
they?
his most beloved daughter. It wasn't even really his daughter, so it was hard to see that because you think, oh, it's not his blood, so how could he really care? But it's not about blood. It's about the fact that he saw so much in her. He loved Gamora, and he killed her so that it was a sacrifice of his love.
For the Soul Stone.
Yes.
Soul Infinity Stone.
The Soul Stone, yeah. But my point, before I was interrupted by Cody,
Sorry.
the point was that he sacrificed her because one sacrifice is worth millions. If one person dies to save a billion people, that would be worth it to him. And that's what he said, actually. He regretted it, though. He didn't want to, but he had to. So that no other children can starve, no other people can suffer because they don't have the things that they need. So they have a chance, so they can further adapt, so they can make things better for themselves, so that they don't require all those resources, or they can actually make more. Because you look at today, like people are, like science is actually just starting to do alchemy, where they're actually able to turn mercury or something like that, certain elements. I believe it is mercury. But yeah, they made an artificial philosopher's stone. It's actually a chamber that changes the liquid metal into liquid gold. It takes a lot of work, though. It takes a long process. It takes about 24 hours or something like that, a day or two, to actually turn it into something else. But ultimately it does work, and that's a lot of civilization. You gotta understand, he didn't kill every single person, and I don't mean like half the planet on every single planet. No, he's mainly targeting people who were underdeveloped, which for some reason was most of the galaxy. You would think, in reality, it's actually most people in our reality, in different planets in our solar system, or our galaxy, are actually quite adept. But yeah, my point still stands.
And that was our movie review. So.
Yes, no, I'm sorry, it's confusing. I was trying to say I'm not good at explaining.
No worries.
I'm not good at explaining. Not good.
Well, that is and is a reflection on our philosophy. That's what we believe in ourselves.
Well, I don't believe kill everyone. I just think people need to either speed it up, work together, stop hating each other, just
work together, stand united, and believe in and live in coexistence, and let's benefit one another to create a new world, like a better world for the future, for everyone to prosper, and that's our purpose as Starseed.
Yeah, and if you really don't like it, you don't have to live. You end up reincarnated anyway, if God allows it. Or if you're too stupid to actually be worthy of incarnation, then whatever. The soul is your own.
There's a lot of human species that are, like I said, for many, many years, that are unproductive, a part of society, of humanity, and it's more like that saying in our philosophy, that how intellectual-minded or like-mindedness of people or like ourselves that actually use a lot more resources. That's why we're such a threat to the elites. And what I'm trying to say is that, like, as intellectual human beings, we are more productive to society, and thus we actually consume a lot more natural resources to build and integrate.
I'm not gonna call myself smart. I'm not gonna even call myself a freaking genius, dude. But there are just certain things I have.
You don't even have to be.
Sense.
You don't even have to be intellectual. You could be someone of good heart, or someone who wants to create a better world, or future of all.
It's somebody
people,
with me.
Just like Thanos had that perspective and philosophy. You know. that's why we're a threat to governments, because governments don't want people like us to.
So if I was the government, I wouldn't find people like us a threat. I would say
you would think that they would see us as a beneficiary factor.
to aid them.